we can send it to you, but you should
Amazing.
have permission.
Yeah, I think it's all right now. How is everyone, firstly?
Great.
Thank you.
Very well.
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Just to make it easier, because I know there's a group of us, I'm just going to kind of ask a couple of questions to each person. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure. Cool.
Thank you. So if we start with Lady C, I was just going to ask you, I know you live in a castle, don't you?
Yes.
So I know this must have been quite a different environment for you. So have you ever done much farming before?
Well, because I live in a castle, and before I lived in a castle, I lived in a chateau.
Oh,
Most
amazing.
of which are on working estates.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I'm surrounded by sheep and cows and farm animals and farming activity. So I sort of, at a great distance, it has to be said, had an idea of what was going on. I mean, my children used to do lambing, etc. I never did.
Oh, wow.
But it doesn't alter the fact that I had, maybe from a distance of 300 yards or feet, whatever, I had an idea of what was going on.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay.
So, but to actually get down into the nitty-gritty, no, thank you very much. I had never been tempted to do that.
Oh, so how was that? Was it quite, was it what you expected?
Surprisingly pleasurable.
Okay.
Surprisingly life-affirming to connect to nature at a very atavistic level. It's like gardening. You end up having a really sort of good emotional and spiritual boost.
Oh, amazing. So it was quite cleansing in a way.
Yes.
Okay. And have you ever done, I know you guys stayed in caravans, so had you ever done that before?
Absolutely not in Nepal.
How did you find it?
I used to live in a caravan park, actually. When I was growing up, my mum and her boyfriend moved to Devon, and they bought a caravan park. I didn't live in a caravan, but we did own 10 static caravans. So getting to be back, I guess, in a caravan was something that I was used to from when I was a teenager. So it was just really nice for me to get back to that kind of rural life that I did when I grew up, when I was a kid, really. So it was quite fun to be surrounded by, you know, animals and the nature was wonderful for me.
That's amazing. Like, do you have many siblings? So was it quite like you kind of reminisced, I guess, doing the show?
I don't have any brothers or sisters. I'm an only child. So for me, it was, it was always nice to be able to be surrounded by people in my life, because I'm an only child. So, but doing this show like The Farm, being surrounded by such a wonderful cast, they became, I know it sounds a bit cliche, but they came like my brothers and sisters for the few weeks that we were there. And it was lovely to have such great people to be around every single day, to wake up and be with, you know, the cast was wonderful.
Oh, amazing. And was there anyone that you had a certain, like, grew a certain close relationship with, anyone in particular? I know they were watching, so.
Everybody was lovely, but I had really wonderful experience with everybody. But I became very close to Lady C. I spent a lot of my time with Lady C, and I was really grateful to have that experience with her, because she's such an interesting lady, and I think we all really enjoyed having Lady C around, because, you know, she's so knowledgeable and she's so many stories that we all really enjoyed listening to.
Oh, brilliant. That's so amazing. Is there anything in particular that you guys done that sort of brought you closer together as a group, do you reckon?
Is that to me or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyone really?
I think the fact that we were all thrown in at the deep end on a farm, and from day one we had to literally roll our sleeves up and get stuck in. It made us all just really support and encourage one another, and it was lovely for me to work with certain people that I hadn't worked with for a long time, like Malique. I was in Hollyoaks with Malique, with Kerry being in Atomic Kitten. We were on the same record label, so it was nice to have connections again with people that I knew. And it was lovely to get stuck in with all these wonderful people on a farm, getting down and dirty.
Amazing.
There was a lot of dirt.
I can imagine. I watched the first episode and it looked like they did make you go proper for it, didn't they? There was no holding back.
No holding back.
Oh, and Malique, are you there? I don't know if I can see you on the screen, but
Yeah, I'm here.
oh, hello. So I was going to ask you, I know on your Instagram that you mentioned you might consider turning vegan from doing the show. So I just wondered if that's something that you actually went and done.
I mean, I've always, because I've got vegan family, like my mum,
Oh, really?
family, they're all crazy on it, you know, they're all
Mhm.
against animal cruelty and all that, and you know, and obviously living with my mum, she's, you know, vegan crazy. Yeah, being on the farm, definitely opened my eyes to, you know. But do you know what? Like, I love meat. You know, I flipping go my dad's every Sunday. He cooks me up a, you know, a nice meal, chicken, meat, or whatever. You know, I feel like, you know, I don't think I'd turn away from it just yet. But I think it's something that I could definitely do in the future. But it's hard. It's not as easy as people make it out to be. Especially if I turn vegan now, I'd definitely lose a lot of weight. I just wouldn't look healthy. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to cook. So, you know, I'd be going in blind. But yeah, you know what, being on the farm, like Lady said, like, you don't realize how much energy and how much time actually goes into animals before they go off to people think, oh, it's just, you know, they get treated badly, but no, that's not the case. From what I've seen, yeah, the animals were treated, you know, fairly nice before, you know, taken away to, you know, be slaughtered. But yeah, it's definitely something that I'd probably try, but I haven't even tried it yet. So
yeah, I know what you mean. It is a very hard thing to kind of just change your whole lifestyle for, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, how was the show different to other shows that you've done? I mean, I know you've done like Celebs Go Dating and Celeb in the City and things like that. So how did it differ? Did you enjoy it more, or?
Well, with dating shows are funny because, you know, you're always thinking about, oh, what am I going to say next? What am I going to chat up line? Am I going to say to the But whereas this show is, you know, it's quite relaxed. I was just, you know, running around after the animals with my friends. So yeah, it's definitely a really, you know, amazing, you know, experience that I've had. It's definitely better than doing dating shows anyway.
Yeah, I bet it's really different.
I've had a really good time.
Good.
Meeting all these lovely people, you know, there's not anything bad I can say. The only bad thing I could say about the show is the flipping cold. You know,
you all looked freezing in the episode.
That's it, really.
I mean, I know you do. You've been Hollyoaks, like, and there's a few other kind of soap stars amongst you guys. I mean, Shaun, I know you're on EastEnders, so how did filming this show differ to that? I know that's acting, so it's probably completely different.
Yeah, well, it's the thing that I love about reality TV is that there's no script as such. You know, what happens, and it's down to you to create entertainment or approach the task as you see fit. Whereas obviously a day in EastEnders, it's set out for you in stone. You could be in the Queen Vic for 11 hours filming. You know, there's so much more variety in these shows. I enjoy it. I enjoy it just as much as acting because it's the people you get to meet. You know, I've done a few of these. I've spent a month on a barge with Lord John Prescott. You know,
amazing.
But it's just I've been in Big Brother. You know, but the best thing about this show, it celebrates positivity and it celebrates you coming together to achieve a task. And although we all make fools of ourselves, we all slip over and fall in the mud and pick up. But you know, it's about positivity as opposed to sometimes the jungle or Big Brother where they just want negativity. And it's just great to meet people like, you know, Geordie Shore and Love Island. It just isn't the sort of thing that I would watch. You know, it's not designed for my age group, but to get to know people like Holly and Montana, it changes your opinion about, you know, you never told to learn. Again, Lady C, incredible character, Harry, an Olympian. So I talked to all these people and got something out of them about what makes them tick in their lives, and it was fascinating. Just the mix of people that they provided, you know, Kerry's energy and Malique and Duncan and Stephen and everybody. It was just it's just a fascinating experience, you know.
Amazing. And I mean, I know like you guys must have grown so close in there. I saw in the first episode, you guys all meet Father Chris. What did you think about him, and what was that like?
Yeah, well, the thing about Farmer Chris is you know somewhere deep down there is a heart, you know. There is a beating heart, but the thing is the man has the power to kick you off the next day. That's the thing. So they're desperately trying to impress him, and you know, without stopping short of licking his boots, but we're all obviously wanting to impress the man and do the best job we could. But no, he's a softie at heart. He'll hate me for saying that.
Oh, I love that. And I mean, Stephen, I know you've obviously always done this show. What was different? I know obviously we're in a pandemic, so it must have been completely different, but how did it sort of compare to previous years?
I must say, well, first of all, the winter. Normally we do it in the summer.
I know.
So the winter is almost like an added challenge and task for them to go through. So I think that is a really big thing because we are outside all day. And
I know you all look so cold.
It was so cold. And I must say, like, with this cast, it's like, you have to give credit where credit's due, is because they're learning a new skill because they don't know anything about farming really before they arrive. Yeah. They're working the same hours farmers do. You know, they have their lunch break, but also they are making a TV show, so they have to entertain as well. Like, I don't know how they did all that whilst being freezing cold. You know,
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, they have nice caravans, but I get to leave and go to a nice hotel at the end of the day.
Rub it in, Stephen. Rub it in.
That's what he said on the farm. Rub it in all the time. But what I will say about this series is, in my humble opinion, it is the best series and best cast to date.
Amazing.
Don't tell series 1 and 2.
So if you don't mind me asking, I know it was filmed last year and it was all, you know, followed the government guidelines. Is there a certain month, or was it kind of stretched out over the year? Because I know some other shows have kind of had to delay filming for a bit and things like that. So how did that work?
We filmed like we always filmed. You know, we film for 10 days and we just followed the COVID guidelines. Everyone was getting tested. Tests always came back negative. Thank the baby Jesus. So yeah, it was all, it was kind of normal. I think that's what everyone really enjoyed about it. It's like, it was normal for us for 2 weeks out of the whole of last year.
Of course. Which month was it done in? Was it?
Celine, sorry, we've got 1 minute left, so if you want to make it your last question.
That's okay, I'm just about to wrap it up. Yeah, that's fine. No worries. But yeah, I was just wondering which month it was filmed in. I know, just so that we don't have anyone complaining, basically.
The last 2 weeks of October we worked out, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. That's probably why it was so cold.
Yeah. Oh, it was bitter some days. I mean, the scenery made up for it. It was a beautiful part of the world, but it was cold.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
And it was the coldest period for the whole of the autumn.
Oh God.
When we were up there, it was warmer before, it was warmer afterwards. We were just blasted by Arctic air the whole time.
Just came the experience, I guess. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank God for thermals. That's all I'm going to say. Thank God
I bet you had to bring loads. Well, thank you so much, everyone. It was lovely to meet you all, and I hope you're all well and have a good 2021.
Thanks, Celine.
Thanks, Celine.
Thank you so much, guys. Lovely to meet you all. Take care.
Thanks, Celine. See you soon.
Bye. Thank you, Rania. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.